Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clarissa Cooks It All. And on today's episode, we're going to be making one of my absolute favorite recipes. We're going to be making some seafood bisque. Let's get started. We're going to start off by melting about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of butter in our pan. And then we're going to take our shells from 1 pound of shrimp, and we're going to saute these up until they're nice and browned. Once they're browned, we're going to go ahead and add in 4 cups of chicken stock and 2 bay leaves. We're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and strain this out. Then you're going to want to take your liquid and just set it into a bowl off on the side. We're going to need this later. Then we're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter with 1 pound of shrimp. Season it with a little bit of pepper. We're going to just brown these up on both sides, make sure they're nice and fully cooked, and then we're going to set these off to the side as well. We are going to take about 4 shrimp per bowl to set off to the side for garnish. Those we're not going to want to put back into the soup. We're going to want to keep those to the side so we can use them on the top of our soup once it's all done. Then we're going to go ahead and melt another 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to go ahead and cook up half of our scallops. The other half we're going to save to cook right before we serve our soup. We don't want our scallops to be cooked too far ahead for our garnish. Then once these are done, we're going to go ahead and start working on our vegetables. We're going to need 1 medium carrot, 1 medium celery, both of them diced. Then we're going to take the whites from 4 green onions, and we're going to slice those up. We're going to use 4 cloves of garlic diced up, 2 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon of paprika, an 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne, a 1/2 tablespoon of Creole, and 1 tablespoon of parsley. And we're going to cook this all up until the vegetables are nice and fragrant and tender. Once our vegetables are all nice and cooked up, we're going to go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and we're going to cook this up until it starts to caramelize. Once your tomato paste begins to caramelize, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of flour. We're going to sprinkle this all over the top, and we're going to give this about a minute to cook. Once that's cooked, we're going to go ahead and add in 1/2 cup of some white wine, and we're going to stir this up, and we're only going to cook this until it starts to dissolve. Once most of our liquid has evaporated out of here, we are going to start adding our chicken broth back in here nice and slow, whisking it in as we're pouring it in there. Let this cook down for a couple minutes once you've added your broth in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our shrimp and our scallops back in. And then we're gonna take about a half can of canned crab for this. And we're gonna put that in there as well. And then we're gonna start working on pureeing this up. Once we've started to puree this up, we're gonna add in about 1.5 cups, 1.5 to 1 2/3 cups of some heavy cream. This all depends, it's on taste. Then it's all ready to serve. I like to take some of my heavy cream and swirl it on the top of our soup. And then from there, I go ahead and garnish it with a little bit of some crab meat in the center. 4 of our shrimp. We're gonna add some parsley on here. And then also a couple of our scallops on the top. If you want, you can also put a little bit of some green onion on this if you want as well. And it's all ready to enjoy. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video.